Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Tuesday, August the 5th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. It's our only session today, so we'll do away with that. Crude, 57 seconds after the hour. Definitely in this trade. Meandered about. Finally, just a few minutes ago, went through both targets. 11 and 17 ticks. 28 ticks in a one and done session. Unleaded. This 8:45 trade was too early, so we pick up a long trade 909.29. That proceeded, 20-second bar, so you should have had time to get into that. That proceeded nicely through both targets 1 and target 2, 18 and 30 tick, 18 or 30 depending on which you're trading. And then stopped out on the trailer 926 to 932. So 6 ticks on the trailer, 18 or 30 on target. A modest win, but one and done nonetheless. So we'll bring up Micro NQ. Micro NQ is flat, Micro Russell is flat, Pound Aussie is flat, YM is flat. Soybeans is in a long trade, trailing at 996.5. And that is obviously too early since we aren't even at our start time yet. 1 minute to go to market open. We'll wait 4 minutes on the Micro NQ, Micro Russell, YM all start, and the soybeans charts all start at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern. Central Time is their exchange time. They're traded out of Chicago. And the Pound Aussie start time was 8:30 Eastern this morning. It had a early trade, stopped out, and now is flat, so we'll wait there for a new setup. And the market is open. YM has a long setup. Okay, YM triggered in. Target is target 1. And our stop is 44.29. I'm sorry, 259. And there we go through target 1. This will be hand back to the stop, trailing stop. So that is a one and done session for the YM. We pick up a short. Definitely had time to get in that because we had a couple of wicks back. We do pick up target 3 and a 1 tick break even. Now trade number 2 is a long trade. And that's a break-even stop, break-even trade. 228.1 was the money management, just touched it. And intra-bar stop out. So we have a win and a loss. This trade is just a bit too early. It is getting sync. On our start time at 8:34 Central. So far we have a potential long trade still. And we are in time. So we are in a get in sync mode now. Soybean stopped out, so it's flat. Short trade on the micro Russell. Trade number 3. That triggers in. Touch the stop before it hit the entry, so we'll have to track this manually. But still a valid trade. That's got to move down 1, so that will be 222.9. And target 3 at the session low. All right, soybeans has a short trade. Initially, it was just a warning, but ouch. So we do take a full loss on the, well, I don't know. That looks like an avoidable trade. Yeah, the micro NQ stops out. We should avoid the short. Looks like we do take a full loss on the micro Russell long. Micro Russell is triggered into the long trade. Actually, full loss on the Micro Russell short. That one's got to move up one. 229.1. Soybeans short trade cancels. One tick from money management on the Micro Russell. There's money management. 227.8 for our money management, or rather our trailing stop. Long on the Micro NQ, pushing up above the 50 EMA. Same entry, just slightly bigger trade this time. A little bit of a wick, not enough to move targets. Money management on the Micro NQ. Crude waiting for the 10 a.m. session. It was one and done at the 9 a.m. Unleaded also one and done this morning. And we do get a stop out. Break-even stop on Micro Russell. So that's two break-evens, a win and a loss on the Micro Russell. All right, YM. Very nice trade. Yeah, YM stopped out, so we were out of that trade. All right, micro NQ still long. Stop at 1 tick. Soybeans long trade. Set up right there at the top of the chart. Looking for soybeans to continue the move it started. And that looks like probably an avoidable short on micro Russell. Wasn't looking at it immediately, but it's bounced up pretty strongly. So I will assume that was an avoidable trade. Still four trades, 2 break evens, a win and a loss. We're going to be underwater slightly right at the moment. Still 15 plus minutes away from 10 a.m. crude mini session. YM micro Russell and the micro NQ all looks like they're in a little bit of a pullback here. Long setup on micro Russell. That touched and touched again, so we're in that. Needs to go up a tick for a 14 tick minimum. 232.1. All right, target on micro NQ. Win on trade number 1. And we go to target 3 now. And we are trailing. 361 flat. Money management on the micro Russell. That's pulling back. There's our even stop. 230.8. Target 3 on micro NQ. Stop moves to 364 flat. And we will move our goal target to target 4 now. 2 targets in hand, 1 remaining. Soybeans. Hybrid mode keeping us out of the short. Trend indicator is strongly up at the moment. $366 3/4 for the micro NQ. We're going to start trailing momentarily. Target 3 on micro Russell. So we go up to target 4 now. And the stop moves to 30.9. Wow, micro NQ, 375.5. Pound Aussie still flat, soybean still long. 4 charts running. Three complete. Crude 9 a.m. YM. Market open and unleaded 9 a.m. Well, it's its only session today. Crude, unleaded, and the YM all one and done. Micro NQ trailer had about halfway between targets 2 and 3. A few ticks from making target 4. Now testing the 14 EMA. 1, and there is a stop out. So that trade is done. Targets 2 and 3 and short trade. That was quick. Hasn't triggered yet. And triggering in. So we're short on the micro NQ now. Still long on the micro Russell. Soybeans bouncing off the trend indicator, which is the 20 simple moving average in this case. Micro NQ looks like it's going to bounce off of the 50, just above the 50. And target 4 on the micro Russell trailer activated now at and moving up as I'm trying to sort it out. 32.7. Micro NQ taking heat and stops out. Soybeans back to its entry. 33.2 for micro Russell. New session high for the micro Russell. And here comes a long setup on the micro NQ. There it is. Should have had time to get into that. Now it comes back to the entry again. So definitely in this one. Long on micro NQ. All right. Oh, another loss on the micro NQ. Stop out on the micro Russell. YM taking a solid down move. Oh, news at 10 a.m. Stand down if you're not already. We did get a short there, but on the micro Russell, micro NQ is all over the map. Got a short. That would be a stand down, and we're not back to taking trades yet on the pound Aussie yet. Long shorts again in sync, and the long's valid, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, that short is definitely a news trade. We would have stood down through that. And we're standing down on the micro NQ. Bouncing around on that. 10 o'clock. It's a little bit nuts. We'll wait a couple of minutes for things to settle down. Micro Russell with a long trade, still in pause right now. Okay, hitting the long entry, so the short will go away. All right, micro NQ and micro Russell stopping out. Long trade on the micro NQ, or micro Russell rather. All right, we are in the long trade of the pound Aussie. First trade of the morning there. 2 minutes after news. Let's see, is this a good? No, that's not a good short on crude. That's in amongst the stand down. I think that's a valid trade on the micro Russell. When I looked at it, it had not hit the entry. And we need to go up one. I have to track it manually on this one. This trade is not one we would have taken because of the newsstand now. So I'll look for the next trade. Short trade on micro NQ. Ooh, micro NQ getting down close to session lows. I didn't realize the range was quite that tight. 303 and a quarter to 403 and 3/4, so a 100-point range, which is good solid range. All right, long was a stop. Short is valid trade, and trailing. That had a pretty good little wick on it, so let's see where our numbers are here. Obviously, target 1 is going to be money management. Yep, target 2 is big enough. So we've got target 2 and target 3, 2 targets in hand and trailing. Trade number 5 is a solid win. And stop and reverse, make it 47.5. I believe we did trigger into that. Actually, that's just an exit point. That would be loss number 3 on the micro NQ. So micro NQ is done. Crude is done. No, that's right. Crude is just starting now. First trade, long. Okay, long is a break even. Short is avoidable, and we have a new long. Actually, the break even is our 6th trade, so that would end the session on the micro Russell. Micro NQ is done. Crude is in its 10 a.m. mini session. All right. Long trade cancels. So long on the pound Aussie, long on soybeans. We have another short trade filtered out by the trend mode, the hybrid mode, trend indicator not letting us stop and reverse against it. Crude is flat. Pound Aussie is long and soybeans is long. Everything else is done. So kind of winding down. We still have 10 a.m. crude mini session to run. Pound Aussie is in a long and soybeans is in a long. Soybeans getting close to the stop. Stop is at 997 flat, just up above the 200 EMA. I'm sorry, 50 EMA. New short set up on crude. And that triggered in. Plenty of time to get in that trade. Target 2 is our money management level. So we still have the full risk on. So we'll go target 2 and target 3. Soybeans stops out. So now the short trade becomes a get in sync. Once this bar closes, the short trade will become valid. All right, fruit is short. Soybeans, the moment is flat with a get in sync short. It's not get in sync yet, but we stopped out, so the short trade actually is valid now. No longer a stop and reverse situation. All right. Short on crude, long on pound Aussie, flat on soybeans. No changes. $20 crossing over the 50. That's giving us a little bit of a test zone. I'm actually crossing under the 50. Let's see if we continue down or if we go into consolidation. Crude, not sure yet. Whether it's going to push down through the 25-cent level or not. Money management's at 24, 10 tick minimum. Potential stop and reverse on the pound Aussie. Okay, short entry is at 533. So 2 pips, put it at 31. Key level, put it at 29. Just above the session open. Crude comes down, and we do get the valid trade now. Short is valid on soybeans, but only until up to the point it hits target 1. If we hit target 1, we are out. Chase ticks do come into play here. So we'll move it down 2 ticks. 97.5. Crude getting within 1 tick. Looks like it got down to 25. One tick of money management and first target. That's going to be 10 and 15 ticks. Soybeans did get down to target 1. Excuse me. So that takes that trade off the table, and there is target 1 and money management. So the stop will come down to 33. Right there. And that's going to be a one and done session. 10 tick target. One and done session for the 10 a.m. crude mini session. See if we can get a target 2 out of it as well. I'm pushing down. Yes, we do pick up target 2. So that completes that trade. And another one and done session. Only 25 ticks. 25 and 28 today. So 53 ticks on the session. That's not a bad session or bad morning on the 2 sessions. All right, down to pound Aussie and soybeans. Soybeans with 1 loss on the morning. We're looking for its second trade. Pound Aussie looking for resolution of its first trade. Stop and reverse is still valid, although an up close will cancel. Crude pulling back a bit. So where do we go from here? Crude stop it. Now crude's done. Pound Aussie and soybeans. Soybeans just working around the 200 EMA right now. Pound Aussie just above the 50 EMA. Bouncing off the 20 simple moving average on that pullback. See if it can sustain an up move now. Soybeans has got some work to do to get back out of its hole. 18 tick risk, so it's an 18-point loss on 4 positions. All right. All right, we are at 10:30, and I am going to have to call it a morning here. I have to get ready for an appointment. So everybody have a good rest of your morning and afternoon. If you're trading the Pound Aussie, you're in a long trade. Soybeans is flat with 5 trades up to 5 trades or 4 trades remaining. And everything else is done. So everybody have a good one, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30, regular 9:30 session, and then 10:30 we'll have the crude oil inventory report tomorrow. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.